What's up, everybody? Swift Wings here. Welcome to the Game of Thrones finale review. And I gotta say that I was highly disappointed with the way the episode turned out. All right, first off, I just want to say that there's a lot of unanswered questions that just never got answered in this episode. Like, why the fuck was Varys shown writing fucking notes out to everybody forever and never even completed one? Or if he did, why was this never spoken of? I mean, he was sitting there writing all this stuff about the true ruler of the kingdom and everything, and nothing ever came of it. So did he only ever start writing one and never actually finished it because he's that slow at fucking writing or something? I mean, it's stupid. Then we move on to when they were selecting the new ruler of the Seven Kingdoms. And it was just ridiculous how nobody brought up Jon and his actual heritage, his actual parentage, and how he is the true ruler when this was a huge story arc for this entire season and a big reveal for the end of the last season. What was the actual point of doing any of that story arc if nothing for it was going to be used? It was just there to tear everything up because Sansa's a fucking dumbass. Seriously, if Sansa had never gotten fucking involved, never went and spread that shit that she wasn't even supposed to talk about, then the ending would have been completely different and everything would have turned out completely different as well. And what the hell was up with Bran actually becoming the fucking ruler? That made no sense. He's sitting there the entire time telling everybody that he can't do anything because he is the three-eyed raven. Yes, I understand that he doesn't want it, which makes him a better candidate than most. And also that he is knowledgeable. But how the hell is he supposed to be a ruler if he's supposed to pass judgment on somebody? He's going to know everything that happened. There's not going to be an actual trial. So everybody involved is not going to actually get what they want in an actual trial because there will be no trial. Another question I have is, if all of the Unsullied were leaving, why did Jon still have to go up north? I mean, it's obvious from the very ending that there's not even a Night's Watch anymore because he was going to go live with the wildlings up north. So, I mean, if the Unsullied were already leaving, why is it that Jon still had to be punished? He could have said, oh yeah, we're going to send him up there for a life sentence, and then not send him because they're fucking leaving anyways, and it doesn't fucking matter. Why is it that Bran said that he would go find the dragon, he would see where the dragon is, and all this other shit, if they never even showed it? Oh yeah, I'll find him. Oh, but we're not going to show you where the fuck he is because we could give two fucks about actually writing in this storyline. I've heard people saying that, like, this ending is worse than Dexter's ending, or this ending is worse than other HBO show endings, which I guess is a trend for them, having amazing shows and then just fucking up the ending completely. I even heard that The Sopranos had a shit ending as well. So, one question is, what was the symbolism behind Drogon destroying the throne? I would like to know that because I don't know if this is actually going to be in the book whenever it's finished, whenever the book is finished, but for him to just destroy the throne, because honestly, he had no idea anything about it. He might have known that she was trying to get it and that since she was dead, nobody else could have it. But other than that, that's the only thought that I could come up with. Now, I have no doubt that this is possibly the ending that was given to the writers by George R.R. Martin. But the thing is, George R.R. Martin would have had much more detail, would have explained shit so much better. All these unanswered questions of where the hell everything is, what's going on with everybody, why things ended up the way they did, would have actually been explained instead of just saying, oh, this is what happens. And we didn't talk about this. Like with Jon not being called on whenever Tyrion was at his little trial thing, when they were coming up with the new ruler. It just makes no sense how they ended it, especially when it comes to Jon. I can understand why Jon killed Daenerys. He was talked into it by Tyrion. If he had never gone and talked to Tyrion, he probably never would have killed Daenerys. Especially since she was asking for him to come back to her again. Again, begging this man. And even Jon said that he didn't know whether he did the right thing or not. And it's just one of those things where he's probably not really ever going to be happy again. You can see that from every scene after that. After he killed her, he was never going to be happy again. The only thing that did bring him a little solace was seeing Ghost again, which Ghost looks pretty rough with his missing ear and stuff, but it's the only direwolf left, I'm assuming, unless that was Sansa's direwolf that she saw in the woods, but never know. Why is it that Sansa was allowed to rule the North? So Bran, who had almost nothing to do with the show for most of it, Sansa, who's been a little stupid bitch the entire fucking time, get to rule shit, when Jon, who's been out there fighting and doing all kinds of shit, taking back all these places, gets fucked over, gets sent back up north to the wildlings, which he has no purpose to go there anyways, because he's told that he's not allowed to bear children anymore, but he's going to live with the wildlings, so what the fuck does it matter what anybody else says to him? Ain't nobody else gonna find him. But both of his women are dead. Both of the women that he fell in love with are dead. He has nothing except for Ghost and his friend, who is the wildling as well, and that's it. Like, every other Night's Watch is gone. The Night's Watch look like they're disbanded. There's no purpose for anyone to be there anymore. Because I did see a hint that, like, the White Walkers are still around, and they're going to be around, because there's always going to be White Walkers, but there was no sign of that. There's nothing. So there really is no point for any of that. There's really no point for a Stark to always be in the North, which I guess is what they're doing with Sansa. Because either Sansa's never going to have kids, never going to get married, or if she follows the laws of the land, she is going to have to take her husband's name, and they will no longer be the Starks. However, if she does get married and he takes her name, then at least the Starks would continue on. But with the way everything is in this show during that time period and everything, that would not work unless she found someone very particular that would be willing to do that. Another question that wasn't answered is, what the fuck is happening with the Dothraki? We saw them whenever Dany came out and was talking to all of her soldiers. But then after that, they were never shown again. Are they just freely roaming around Westeros now? Are they just freely out there just pillaging and everything, just like they would do everywhere they go? Or do they go back with the Unsullied, which I don't really know why they would whenever they have a brand new land that they've never been to and they just conquered the shit out of it. Alright, but that's going to be it. I think that's all I'm going to talk about. Like I said, I loved this show. This show was amazing, but the ending was complete and utter shit. This whole episode just seemed like it was incredibly rushed, and they just couldn't be bothered to continue on and give us an actual good story ending. They just wanted to go on, get through, rush through it, and get it over with. If anybody else knows of any HBO shows where the endings were just shit, let me know, because if this is just a huge pattern for them, then what the fuck? Do the writers just get tired and lazy at the end of the series or something? They're like, oh, it's over with, we made our money, fuck this show. And I don't want them to do a rewrite because, for one thing, that's expensive as fuck. And another thing, it's just getting all those actors back. They're looking to do new things again. They're looking to go out there and explore what they can do. Chase new dreams, new characters. And I respect that. All of these characters, all of these actors and actresses were amazing. They did great jobs. It's just the writing that I could not stand. And really, this is one of those things where people say you can't make everyone happy, but I feel like most people are unhappy, just like with some of HBO's other shows. But before I start ranting and rambling on again, yeah, I'm going to end it. If anybody knows of any other shows that just had shit endings, leave a comment below. If you had opinions that differed or were the same as mine, leave a comment below. Let me know. I'll be reading all that stuff. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. See ya.